Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I just wrapped up my first day playing the Vaultbreakers beta, and I wanted to jump on here and give you guys my first honest impressions, what I liked, what kind of missed the mark, and what I'm hoping to see improved as the beta goes on and, into early access, that kind of thing. With that said, let's jump right into it. Alright, let's talk about what Vaultbreakers really got right on day one. First off, the gameplay loop is really fun. It's fast, it's fluid, and it keeps pulling you back in, killing camps of mobs, grabbing new loot or equipment, or finally extracting with all of that sweet, sweet loot. Everything flows together in a way that feels really satisfying. There's a good amount of challenge to punish mistakes, and one wrong move loses all the equipment you had on. At least you get to keep half of what was in your bag. Not that you get to pick, but the characters feel really distinct. They're not just the same pattern of move and shoot, they have their own playstyle, adding their own abilities and combat mechanics that really make you think about how to approach each fight, whether it's PvE or PvP. I spent some time trying out a couple of different characters, and it was fun adapting my strategy with each different character. Let's talk about the monsters because I was actually surprised at how varied they felt. Their attack patterns weren't just the same type of attacking in an arc close to them. Each type had its own behavior and move sets that would be thrown at you. Some would charge, others hang back and try to shoot at you with different types of shots and AoEs. You could learn their patterns and how to dodge their moves, but it would be different abilities in a different order and moving around to position differently. Overall, I felt like the devs really put thought into keeping every element of the gameplay fresh and replayable, which is a huge win for the beta. Now, when it came to the beta, there were also some things that didn't sit quite well for me. Starting with load times, they were long. Like, grab a snack, check your phone, take a nap kind of long. I know betas come with a little bit of jank here and there, but getting into matches or even just booting back into the main menu sometimes felt like it took way too long. Worse than that, though, was the super annoying not ready bug I ran into constantly. I'd finish a match or I'd try to join a new one, and suddenly I'm stuck in limbo with no way to ready up. And the only way to fix it was to reset the whole game. Even after resetting the whole game, sometimes I get back into the game and see the not ready bug again trying to load into a match the first time. Um, not ideal when you're just trying to, keep the fun rolling and keep the momentum. As far as the actual gameplay though, the only thing that I can really say was not super fine tuned was the character balance. I love that each character feels unique, but it's hard to appreciate the creative or more technical aspects of each kit when you're stuck up against, a couple of clearly overtuned meta picks. So many more of one character than another because they're so strong. Um, some of the characters, just ended up feeling a little underwhelming after playing them for a while because they couldn't keep up in head-to-head scenarios. Um, I found myself swapping characters to try different things just to see if any of them could stack up to that, main meta pick. So, definitely a solid foundation. If they can work out the kinks with the server issues and things like that, which was a big part of or point of this beta, I think that they have a really great setup going. All in all, I think day one of Vault Breakers was a really great start. I'm really excited for the game to come out. There were some bugs and hiccups here and there, as I talked about, but I think all in all, a great start to what could be an amazing game. The core gameplay loop is strong, characters have their own identity, and the enemy variety kept things fresh and reactive. There's a solid foundation. Just a little more polishing and fine tuning, a little more time in the shop. I really appreciated how the game did a great job early on of explaining the basics and how the gameplay loop works. It gave you some tutorials, that sort of thing, the flow of the missions, what to expect. Um, that did kind of end relatively quickly. There were a lot of mechanics and systems not explained at all, like getting into hidden areas or different things like that. While part of me enjoyed discovering things on my own, like stumbling into a hidden mechanic or finding out a synergy, that type of thing, there were a lot of moments that it just ended up being straight up frustrating. Like, where is this? When am I going to get to this? How much do I have to level a character just to get to a certain you know way to interact with a plant? And of course, the long load times, the not ready bug, forced restarts, that kind of thing made it a little harder to stay locked in, especially while streaming. But it is a beta. I know it's going to be a little messy. They have time to make changes and get things improved. If the devs can smooth out that performance and clean up you know um, the load times, I think that they have a great game on their hands. I'll definitely be sticking with it and keeping an eye on it as it grows, and I'll continue to bring more content. Um, if you played yourself, let me know what your experience was. Let me know if you had a good time playing it yourself. What character did you like the best? And will you be sticking with the game long term? With that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one.